What's going on, guys? This is Jordan from BitBo, making a quick video to explain our newest BitBo Pro chart called Bitcoin Returns with and Without the Halving. This is based on PlanB's chart, and you can click over here to see his original tweet introducing this idea. So anyone who's familiar with stock to flow is going to know that the thesis of stock to flow is that the halving significantly affects the price. So with this chart, we try to illustrate that. So you're going to see two lines on the chart, one green line and one red line. So the green line is going to be if you were invested in Bitcoin during halving periods, which we're saying is 6 months before the halving and for the 18 months after the halving, because really after the halving is generally when Bitcoin has experienced the biggest increase in price. And the red line is going to be if you only held Bitcoin for 18 months after a halving until 6 months before a halving. So let's go through the chart very quickly. So you can see on the chart we start with the Bitcoin price over here in yellow. So until then there was not a halving. The first halving happened over here in 2012. So at this point where the lines diverge, the green line is going to be the 6 months before the halving. So what we're going to do is at this point we're going to enter as if we own Bitcoin and that we're going to get the gains of the price, like if we own it. And the red line means we tapped out right here. So at this point, the red line, this guy does not own Bitcoin, and the green line, you do own Bitcoin. So now, as we keep going, you can see over here, this is going to be 18 months after the halving. So now the green line is going to go flat. So as in this example case, we don't own Bitcoin anymore, and we're going to wait to re-enter until the next halving. And so now we're going to get over to here. So this is going to be 6 months before the 2016 halving. We're going to re-enter and the red guy is going to sell. So now we're back in the price. And you can see, based on what the returns are. So at this point, if you owned Bitcoin only in the 6 months before the halving and 18 months after, your Bitcoin would be worth approximately 19,000 and the price this time was 15,000. Well, if you only own Bitcoin 18 months after the halving, until 6 months before, your Bitcoin would be worth about $4. So keep in mind when we say $4, we really just want to know, approximately the percentage gains and ROI that you would have had, but we just thought the chart would be simpler to use price rather than ROI because it gives a little bit of a more clear picture. So moving on, so we exit here, the green line exits, red goes in, and we come back over here to after the 2020 halving, we go back in, and at this point you can see that the returns following this, now the price holding during the halving periods is about double. So now after 2020 halving, the red guy go back in, and 18 months after the halving, the green guy's out. So this line is flat, and now coming back to about where we are this time, now things have really changed, and the price with this strategy is around 5 times the price of Bitcoin, and the price for if you don't own during the halving periods, the Bitcoin would only be worth $1.14.